Yeah, I think Thunder have drafted well around the Doom as far as, you know, how their cores want to play this game.
It feels like it gives them the better late game too with the Wraith King pick. I mean, you're up against a safe lane Doom. Although deceptively, I feel like these safe lane Doom drafts often, like I've seen Entity when they played it, they would go like 50, 60 minutes and still win with safe lane Doom, and I'm like, isn't this sort of meant to like fall off? But you know, you get refreshes and stuff late game, and Doom one of the best ultis in the game.
I gambled, you lost.
Very curious to see how this mid lane goes. Puck, in my mind, I think Puck should still be pretty damn strong, even with some of the changes that have happened. Particularly, Witchblade got a small nerf. I think that's the one that perhaps affects Puck the most. But, you know, also the talents. The talents were what made Puck kind of busted in some ways.
Yeah, especially the cooldowns, I think, proving to be really good. There's Waning Rift and even more damage.
Yeah.
I think probably the biggest difference we're going to see in this Puck, at least probably the first one we're going to see, is the fact that the net worth is simply not going to be, like that climb to net worth is not going to be as high as it was. Or if it is, maybe not this game, because Thunder have not drafted, to be honest, quite the best tower push. It'll come at a cost of map pressure. Makoto and Pucks in general now, they're going to have to go farther to find their farm. These mid camps have been removed from the game, remember, really what allowing these kinds of heroes to flourish and to just amass ginormous amounts of gold without really ever leaving the mid lane. Bix for skirmish bottom.
On
Q.
Yep.
It looks like he might fall here.
Oh, but these orbs, they may bring Nyx down first.
Oh, yeah, and they got Vision as well, and that's going to be KP from the low ground. The second, maybe even third soul assumption there based off his mana count. Useful for the kill.
Yeah, great start for him. Soul Assumption does cost a bit more mana, so he will be going to lane. A bit lower on juice, but he can use that kill to get some mangoes or whatever he feels like he needs to bring that sustain. He's got a Null Talisman coming out, so that's just going to make his lane that little bit better. And, you know, fighting, what, 3v3 or 4v3 into Visage, proving to be the undoing of Thunder there.
Yeah, so again, the Wand Force early from Makoto. Again, very valuable, I would say, this change already we're starting to see. Makoto already forced to use this early Wand. Just more laning pressure. It's not just free lane against a Batrider anymore as long as you keep Wand. That being said, I still don't think Makoto really ends up taking any deaths in this lane. I think he's got just way too much mobility for a Batrider to handle, especially in early levels. But potentially when the Nyx starts to rotate, that could look to change.
Yeah, does that also mean you can use it to cancel salves and stuff, or bottle charges even? I would assume.
I think so, yeah. I think the only thing you may not cancel is Blinks, depending on... Because what, Blink you need 50 damage for, if I'm not mistaken, right? To cancel that. But I think like bottles and any regen, clarity, salves, I do believe are canceled on any damage instance, as long as it's a non-zero one. So I believe you'd be right on that. Kodo, he's okay. He didn't have spells, but Dark Mago's not diving at level 2. He's not that wild.
Yep. Not looking for that. Maybe I'm curious what the Batrider build is going to be. I think that's one of the hard things about suddenly playing Batrider in this new patch. Is it's going to feel like you need to maybe go a different skill build. Towards the end of the last patch, it seemed like Batriders were actually maxing Firefly a bit more and basically playing this mid bat as more of a farmer.
Yeah.
But with changes, theoretically, most mids are going to be like, yeah, let's max this Napalm. It does damage, gives me a lot of kill potential. It seems like at least the fun way to play the hero.
I'd agree. It does seem a little bit more fun. As for Dark Mago here, I think we're probably going to still end up seeing, just taking a look at the draft, probably not him go for a super kill heavy lane. That being said, he has taken the second point in the Napalm. I thought we were going to see basically maxed Firefly with the Nyx Assassin. Eventually, once Sacred is up to maybe level 3 or 4, Matthew's just going to be on roaming and basically stacking duty. And then Dark Mago's going to farm a big old stack, try and get BOTs, and then more or less the same old bat that we're kind of used to. It's personally how I saw this going. I suspect, though, you're on the money. I think if this is a different mid lane matchup, preferably a melee matchup that's not Kunkka, for example, maybe Dark Mago or any mid lane Batriders in general will go for more points. I mean, he has taken the flame break, actually. I didn't expect that versus Puck.
I guess he's getting a lot of sticky charges up, so that flame break gives him some real kill threat. Very interesting. Puck's going for boots, not trying to rush this bottle. Makoto's going to run into some serious regen issues. I'm a little concerned for this mid lane for Makoto.
Yeah. It seemed like he just thought that the wand enough would be, you know, good to get him through the laning stage, essentially, as far as regen goes, but doesn't really seem to be the case, and I kind of have a feeling that has to do with this napalm change. There's, again, with the second point in a napalm, he went 201 at level 3. Has some kill threat
Nice
here.
glyph. Yeah, keeps the creep wave alive with that glyph, and Makoto desperately needs a couple of last hits to finish his bottle.
Still a bit further away from it. Was he got just regen coming? Yeah, just a healing salve already being flown out. Not, you know, on its head, and historically, at least in the last couple of metas, not what I expected to see here. You know, a bat being able to out damage the sustain of a mid laner like a puck. Water runes.
Can he get the nightmare before the rune? They're actually. Oh, he gets the rune. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't know if they can kill him.
They were just. If anything, he's going to kill Q.
Oh, is he really? I suppose it's only a level 2 clockwork. Not really too much damage there, but Hyde eventually is going to come on through. Yeah. Makoto looking to rejoin, but it's going to be Panda who's going to absorb the nightmare for his mid laner. Dark Mago a bit zoned away from the mid lane. 6 stacks of the sticky napalm. Make it 7 now. Vision being granted by Dark Mago. Sorry, by Panda, rather. There's going to be a kill for him. Matthew eventually even joins the skirmish mid lane, but is not going to really be able to do too much here.
And so much of this is like, yeah, Batrider still has the same spells, but for mid laners, so much of these mid matchups is just played on field. So from Makoto, like to play Puck versus Bat, like he probably needs to go and play like 50 1v1 mids against one of his teammates or against another mid laner to understand like how to play against Bat mid now. Like every mid laner is going to be a bit clueless about how to play against Bat for a little bit, it feels like.
This does really feel like it's not quite a different hero, but it does really fundamentally change what Sticky Napalm is in the lane. 3 points in it. Dark Mago, he's all in for it. You're completely right, Gods.
I mean, I don't even... It's weird because, like, I don't know what is or should be the build, but I'm glad this could hopefully be the build. Like, I want to see more aggressive Batriders coming back.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it's a hero that, I mean, he kind of does, you know, what he says on the box. He's a Batrider. He wants to lasso you, right? It's kind of what he does. But now, with the change to Napalm, again, it adds a different dimension to this, and it's a breath of fresh air into the mid lane, which has felt very regen heavy, very let's just play it safe and stack for me kind of heavy for a while now. Really excited to see this change.
Yep. No more little small camps to go back and farm and go to suffering a little bit for. With that said, he's still seeing on 26 last hits, 7 denies. He's pretty much even with the Batrider in terms of farm here, so it hasn't been a disaster of a lane for him by any means.
Makoto, okay, has to use the coil here. He has beaten at least Dark Mago to level 6. Mago is going to snap the coil. Makoto's got another illusory orb, and is going to be easily able to avoid death here. Now, at level 3, ganking is going to be Q. The Impale from behind to stop Hyde from getting off the auto attacks, but it's Dark Mago who's still in danger. The Brain Sap's not nearly enough, but Q with the control. A stick charge from Dark Mago, illusory orb chasing after him. The auto attack will put him down. Makoto is going to come back in for the kill. That's 6 heroes in the mid lane, 3 for each side, but Talon overall winning this matchup. Really nicely done.
Yeah, Makoto coming back to get the kill. He's going to be pretty happy that he actually got the kill. Does have to be careful. Gets away from the next assassin, so probably a base strip in order just to reset. He's out of health, out of mana, but great support rotations from both teams, knowing how important these power runes are. It's a Puck and a Bat mid, a haste rune on a Batrider, an arcane rune on a Puck. These kind of things can just be game-breaking, so support's all collapsing on that mid lane after the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with the small camp changes, we might end up seeing just that really, really prioritized by lots of supports. Kind of bringing into focus the need, really, it feels like, to have these self-sufficient safe laners, which Doom certainly is, isn't he? 23 Savage, he's already up to level 6, as is Sacred, mind you. But what this really says is these laners are very, very independent.
Yeah, both Doom and Centaur just free farm city up there. And Dark Mago getting a big neutral stack. It was a triple or a quad stack that he just farmed up, so he's suddenly got a huge chunk of gold coming his way. Gets an Ogre Club, so had the bots queued up, but now decides he wants to go for a fast BKB.
Okay, I thought they were going to snap coil there with the Nyx Assassin spiked Carapace, but they decided not to. Hyde, trying to TP away, will commit the lasso there for the kill. That does free up Makoto a little bit, but still with 3 heroes in the mid lane against him, he's not going to go 1 versus 3.
I like how this game, it's just been 3v3 in the mid lane, while the 2 side lanes are just farming. Like, they're both 1v1 lanes, and Wraith King and Visage are just like, yeah, you farm, I farm, I'll farm some jungle, you farm some jungle. Doom in the center, same thing. There's just like no kills threats happening at all on these side lanes because of how tanky and unkillable some of these heroes are.
For sure. I think this is just ever so slightly going to be advantageous for Thunder. Hold that thought as Q. Oh, good luck trying to stomp. Yeah, Sacred. Oh, hold on. Maybe next time? No, okay. He's not going to get the stomp out, but he didn't need it. Dark Mago's got enough right-click damage here and plenty of magic damage as well.
Yep. Yeah, I think I agree with Thunder favoring the slower game in general, but I think for Talon, it's like, you know your mid-game timing. Like, you don't want to go late game with Doom, but your Doom is power farming, and he's going to hit this like fast BKB.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, though, as Dark Mago receives a Stampede buff from his allies, and he'll get out of there rather quickly. Kind of makes the Haystron feel a bit bad for Makoto, but at least they did force out an ulti. Yeah, by that I just meant like the base damage, right? Wraith King, really heavy base damage. Centaur, of course, really heavy base damage. Easier to deny in these kind of solo lanes. I still think the tempo of the game, as you say, is completely right, though.
It's very much like right now things aren't favoring either team, I'd say, too much. But the first plays are going to come out of Talon. Like, they're going to hit their timings early with Doom plus Visage.
Here they go. Even KP once again making a rotation. No full Vlads yet, but still finds lots of use here as he's going to sick the familiars onto Panda. Panda's still living through this, but over towards the mid lane, it's Makoto who's trying to secure this kill onto Matthew. They finally get through that pesky Winter Wyvern. Kill goes to KP. But Matthew still running around in the river here. Hyde's gonna gonna cut him off, and with the brain sap has the kill.
Nice little find for him. Rune coming out. It's a DD top, so luckily for Makoto, it didn't spawn bottom, or that would have been the Bat Rider picking it up. These skirmishes just continue around the mid lane. All the action is just happening around these runes and around these mid laners.
Here you go again, right? There's going to be Coil onto Dark Mago. No jaunt forward. 23 Savage showing up to fight, though. Has the point in Doom, but it's Hyde who is going to be blown up by the first Vendetta. That's pure damage onto the Bane, and he will fall.
Yep. Yeah, some communication happened there. Like, they TP'd in Doom as the Coil went out, but that Rider made a really heads-up play just to break the Coil instantly to run away. Seeing the TP coming in, if he gets Doom there, he's a goner, but Doom wants to get back to his lane, wants to keep farming, and would love a kill along the way. This smoke up top could lead to a Centaur kill here.
He's got a full Hood of Defiance. No Vanguard to speak of. He will be doomed for it now, and is very likely just dead, to be honest. 23 Savage even using the Midas around before he turns to finish off the Centaur. He might still even be able to defend the tower as well from the wagon. Oh yeah, you can devour them, that's right.
Yeah. One of the fun Midas changes, you get a guaranteed neutral item now.
Very true, yeah. When are we going to start seeing Ogre played as a 3?
Yeah. I don't think it changes the item too much. The only time it really helps is if you're like stuck in your base turtling and you can't access your neutral creeps. Maybe we'll see some Shovel plus Midas synergy.
Oh yeah, very true. Nice kill onto Matthew. It's pretty easy for Talon. Not much Dark Mago could do there, but they are connecting, or thinking about connecting Makoto here. Trying to collapse upon, well, the Wraith King feels a bit too difficult, honestly. And that, to me, is the only thing that I think stops Talon from kind of running away from this game, is that it's just a really damn good Wraith King game, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We'll maybe run into some kiting issues later on, like Visage, Puck, Cogs. There are some annoying things for him, but like as far as actually killing him, like this Wraith King just feels like he can free farm wherever he goes. There's no real threat for him to be ganked. He's not even holding a skill point for reincarnation. He's that confident.
Winter Savage is going to be caught here by the Spike Carapace stun. Now out of mana, Sacred's going to commit the Stampede as Dark Mago even shows up. Full wand popped by 23 Savage, but it only buys enough time to Midas a small camp, and he will still perish to the hands of the Centaur. Or the paws, I suppose. Hooves? He's got hooves. Hooves and hands, actually. Centaurs are weird creatures, aren't they?
Doom benefiting from the patch change. He still has his Devour. He does not get dispelled on death.
Plenty of mana for him. Considered to be one of the better creeps right now for the Doom to get is the mana burn creep. One of those satyrs.
Yes. Oh yeah, particularly for the lane. Getting free CM ore is pretty fun.
Because, and Sacred both showing up to defend the tower. Talon will be forced back. Kind of just looking at this lineup now for Talon. The right-click damage is, I mean, the damage is immense from a Doom, but it just feels like, again, against Pakaz, it's not going to bother him too much, at least not on the second life. Sacred as well, starting to really start to bulk up a bit here. Now with Blink Dagger even, might look to make some more aggressive moves with the rest of the team as they smoke up.
Yeah, they have got the Witchblade. That's going to help some of their damage issues on the Talon side, but I do feel like they're going to be looking at...
Big pull!
Nice. Gets away just barely.
Nice, sniff that
And
one
have the
coming.
Scorch Earth on too.
And here's Talon now coming in to counter-initiate. They smoked themselves, but now they're going to find themselves in the river. Cursed up is Makoto. It's about half HP, but Q couldn't even reach him there to provide any auto attacks. Instead, it's Matthew, who does... Oh, wow, find a 3-man Vendetta. Panda stuck on the enemy cliff, however, is likely to die at a later stage, but Matthew, for now, is the one being chased down. Gets off on at least a little bit more mana burn before he dies, but it's Thunder who end up overextending slightly on that smoke attempt and will pay the price.
Yeah, they recognized it was a bad fight and just had their cores kind of ditch and go back to farming, but good job by Talon not even overcommitting any spells there. They thought about dooming the Nyx for a second, realized, oh, Thunder's not even taking this fight. We'll just take these free kills, don't need to use Doom. And Talon winning these fights in some ways before their key item timings. Like, they're very strong right now, don't get me wrong. Like, they've got Visage with a Vlad, they've got a, just Doom in general, they've got, a level 10 Puck, but where things start to get really scary is this level 12 Visage plus the
Armlet active for Pakaz as he tries to get into these cogs, but they've already stacked the stuns. Q quite wisely is going to take that opportunity to simply TP away.
Yeah, this game I feel like is starting to look pretty good for Talon. At least the next 5 minutes, they're going to be the ones in control. Unless they get picked off, they're very split up right now. So I think Thunder recognizing that, thought they had some pick-off opportunities, but good awareness from Talon gets them out of danger. They get out that bottom jungle for the most part, and imagine the talk is like, let's wait for these timings. We mentioned level 12 on Visage, Doom's BKB Blink is the big one for a Doom always, and they. They'll farm those in no time at all. Around like 17, 18 minutes is where Talon are probably going to be ready to take any fight on the map.
Yeah, Matthew so far has been rather unsuccessful with this Vendetta. It's going to time out now. And he's even going to show on the creep wave. Makoto still, and in fact will commit for this with a DD-0, and it's really only 4 auto attacks. That was very fast. But
melted.
Thunder have got a ward back here. They're scouted over by Q, who they saw on their own ward. Dark Mago, thinking about going in. He's got full BKB here. Straight BKB, even. Pardon me, no bots.
Yeah, he really wanted to prioritize his ability to fight first. They're going to just get out of there, and Makoto's like, okay, no point sticking around. I can't get any more kills. He wasn't really in any danger of dying, but they sense a kill here in the jungle. Pakaz is alone.
Okay, there's grip and a coil.
Yeah, it's a reincarnation with the TPs coming in. Potential... you're running into a Winter's Curse there, so I think wisely they just back out.
Agreed, but I mean, where I've previously doubted Talon's ability to, kill the Wraith King, they certainly have no problems versus structures, right? I mean, KP with the Familiar is doing plenty of work, right-click damage on Doom and Puck, certainly enough to get through towers. They've got some save and counter-initiation on Clockwork and Bane, respectively. There's now Thunder, maybe looking for a fight. There's the Hooded Defiance popped, and on his way in goes Sacred. A hookshot only finds Panda. Still might be good enough, but not good enough at least to save the Bane. So no grip in this fight as they're on to KB. He's last one back into the fight, into the stun specifically of Matthew, but it's going to actually be Sacred who's doomed up now. Dark Mago pops the BKB. He's going to mount KP with the Firefly, but it is Makoto who dives backlines and picks off Matthew in return. Dark Mago then, his BKB wearing off now against 23's BKB, but it's Pakaz who joins the fight. There's a curse as well, all the way in the backlines. It's reserved for Q. That's going to at least allow Panda to make it out alive, but now back on over to the cores where Makoto gets another proc on the Witchblade. 23 Savage again just blinks out. No, he cancels the TP. He's trying to kill off Pakaz as KP with the Familiars alongside Makoto is going to be able to tag team Dark Mago. There's a respawn now as Matthew TPs into the tier 1 tower. There's a grip as well as Hyde secures a kill. I believe that was onto Panda, but Pakaz, who's already used Reincarnation once in this fight, is now maybe looking to go back on in. Sacred has respawned, but the first blink is not going to be on the money. I believe that's just
got
Talon
the instant nightmare.
Straight up winning a fight. No, they're looking for more. They still, no, they've lost the ward on the cliff. They just kind of felt Pakaz farming there. With the Deso as well, he is going to die. KP's going to reach him all the way with the soul assumption, and a huge fight there for Talon.
Yeah, they're just fighting around so much vision. They got the ward on the cliff, which is what allowed the Bane to get the instant nightmare on the blinking centaur. They've got a ward further down. This entire radiant triangle has been warded up, and these long sustained fights, that's just like, that's a Puck's wet dream right there. They're loving that. Like, Makoto just using spell after spell, getting all these right-click Witchblade procs in. Eventually he runs out of mana, but that was only after like dishing out like crazy amount of damage.
Now Sacred might still be in for a rough time as he can't even get outside of the cogs. That's how strong this Clockwork pick is really against Centaur, in case we've forgotten about that matchup.
Yeah, Clockwork has looked really good this game. 1, 2, and 10. Q's has been a complete menace, getting on the backlines constantly, forcing out Panda just to do a like solo Winter's Curse with no follow-up just to keep himself alive. So very effective play from Q, not to mention the vision that he's also providing from these rocket flares. So I'm feeling like maybe they can get themselves a Roshan here as well. It has been scanned out that they're in this area, and we'll see if they try and force it.
Thunder are going to pass underneath this ward, though, on the way over. So Talon still with some really good information. And in fact, the vision game is so strong that they're once again onto Sacred, trapped inside of the cogs. The best recourse really is just to try and heal him and maybe push the Clockwork away. Coil is going to connect onto 3, though, as they're once again trying to get through Sacred. Stampede as he continues to turn around. They've actually doomed up the Wraith King, and he's dead. He had reincarnation in 1 more second, gods. But he is going to die instead for a full 40, as the grip used immediately after Dark Mago activates BKB. They've got more than enough right-click damage with the familiars on top of them. Panda as well is going to die, and another huge fight here for Talon as they invade and win another fight in the triangle and can look now to take Roche.
Just constantly finding these pickoffs. It's always Clockwork leading the way. I mean, he goes on a Centaur, and the Stampede just isn't effective when you're Dream Coiled up like that. Like, he was just running around in circles while Stampeded because he's Dream Coiled. He doesn't want to break it and stun himself, so with just that short-ish duration on Stampede, it just wasn't quite enough for them. And now with a teamfight 1, Talon will take an uncontested free Roshan.
It's time. We need the cart. Thunder Awaken. They've got to get this egg set around. Oh, and he's queued it up.
Oh,
he's queued it up, gods.
Yes, please. What's the combo? I'm not sure. Batrider? No, I don't think it's Batrider. Batrider needs to be able to move himself. I don't know if there is a combo with it, to be honest, but use as a save, I guess.
I guess so. I'm just so baffled by this ability. I mean, it's a really long ride. 8 seconds, huh?
Yeah. That's where it's kind of unclear what, like, it seems like spellcasters with it are probably the ones that can, like, you know, actually go into a fight with it and just throw a bunch of spells.
I also see Makoto, or Matthew rather, hunting for Makoto. They need some follow-up, though.
Okay,
Makoto, at least he's going to be scared off, so TP canceled. Some more space on the map to farm for Dark Mago. But that being said, there's 4 Talon arrows now pointed his way, and 1 right on top of him at 23 Savage. No Doom, but there is going to be Q at least in to push him back. BKB gets activated before the cog pushback activates, however. Seems like Dark Mago is going to be forced to BKB and run. Oh, or is he? Hide? Oh, Hyde may have gone a bit too far, but Talon do have reinforcements and vision in the area, so they're doing a good job not to overextend themselves here.
Yeah, I think the big thing for Talon is they want to keep forcing objectives and fights as much as possible. You know, they're the ones playing with the safe lane Doom, with Visage, with Puck. They scale okay. Like, they don't just auto-lose late game. If anything, I think part of why Puck was one of the big heroes of the last patch is because this hero's late game scaling is pretty insane with Witchblade. Not to mention just like, yeah, what is that easy catch to kill a Puck? It's the Nyx. So if you manage to kill this Nyx, Puck has a pretty free time in these team fights.
Still just thinking about this. You know, honestly, the hero that comes to mind for me, as far as who benefits the most from one of these Centaur cart rides, is Sniper.
Yeah.
The hero can't be targeted. You got to get through Centaur to kill Sniper.
Yeah, it's 8 seconds of just right-clicking, pew-pewing away.
Yeah, Sniper's blasting.
Pop a Mask of you pop a Mask of Madness and you're good to go.
You're shooting people, assassinating on top of the wagon, dropping shrapnel charges. I mean, it's like an action movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the idea of range carries in the car. That to me makes sense. That and like some Zeus or Leshrac type hero maybe. Ooh,
Matthew.
Swing and a miss from Q.
Yeah, he's going to be able to go around. The Dark Mago
Done.
is going to be caught by the grip,
Oh, they got the
especially
grip.
of Hyde.
Damn.
But Makoto is actually jaunted out. The Doom is still going to connect on the Dark Mago all the same, but he's got Firefly active, and the Coil whiffs. The Curse, however, does not. It'll lock down 23 Savage. Pakaz is going in. He thinks he can take this fight, and I believe he is mistaken, as he is set to lose the first life. Down he will go. Matthew as well has already died. The Doom on Dark Mago is not going to condemn him. Makoto needs to chase a bit further after it. And it's actually Pakaz doing not too bad a job himself. Now supported here by Sacred, who is stunned up a second time by 23 Savage. Pakaz receiving some good heals as well, courtesy of Panda. More stuns out from the familiars. KP as well is going to turn to stone to avoid dying here to Dark Mago, who's re-entered the fight. He's actually going to try and clip 23 Savage, as there's going to be Aegis reclaimed out from underneath the puck. 23 Savage is just barely going to tick down to the magic damage of Dark Mago, who makes it out alive somehow. And it seems like Panda instead is going to die in his place. Or is he? Yes, he is, and maybe Matthew for that.
Yeah, this Nyx is so damn poor. He's got just a Headress with a Blink Dagger that he's rocking, and Makoto is just cleaning up. 10-0 and 9. I mean, this is... Puck is still Puck in many ways. Just getting spell off. 7 illusionary orbs, 5 waning rifts. Just getting constant spell usage off, and Nyx Assassin alone just not enough. And Nyx kind of had to just blink in to stop the grip. That's where the fight started poorly. It was a good grip from Bane, and as a result, Nyx blink impaled, and he has to throw away his life just to save his Batrider. And from there, there's nothing to answer the Puck in the team fight.
Control as well. It just feels like Pakaz he feels unable to get on top of really any of these heroes. No Blink Dagger yet. Feeling the need to go BKB on a Wraith King. Which is not...
Oh, he's got the blink.
Oh, he does have the blink. Pardon me.
Yeah. He blinked in, so he kind of blinked in with the Nyx and...
Okay. Hook shot. Not going to be enough to save Hyde. He's down. Q looks like he's going to follow versus 2 inside the cogs. He has easy pickings. KP...
No reincarnation.
Pakaz doesn't have reincarnation. Needs to go for some clutch armlet toggles. The damage isn't enough here. He's being healed up as well. The curse is just going to save him. 8 seconds with 23 Savage. A focus fires him down under the effect of the BKB. He is not caught by the overwhelming urge to try and kill KP, and instead kills off Pakaz. Sacred is going to fall as a result. 23 Savage as well on top of Panda. No more flights here. Very unlikely to live. A nice stun from Matthew, but it's still not enough to save Panda. Makoto beyond a godlike now with 11, 0, and 10. Absolutely dancing on them here on the puck.
Yeah. It just feels like none of these fights is coming close to dying. You got to play around an Aegis in the last team fight. He's kind of the true carry in terms of like he's the one finishing off all these kills and dishing out most of like the single target damage in these fights, while Doom just runs in with Scorched Earth and just like AoEs everyone down. But Doom's hunting.
I'm really impressed by Talon's kind of game knowledge. They just always seem to know how soon Reincarnation's coming off cooldown. Dark Mago.
Oh, they found
They
it.
did.
Oh,
Yep.
They knew.
Infernal Blade is going to be there. They doom him. They grip him. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at him, guys. But through it all, he is still going to die. Cool guys, of course, like 23 Savage, do not look at their dooms.
Yep. And he's got a Lincoln Sphere queued up as well, so those, at this point, if you're Talon, you're thinking, okay, we don't want to drag this too much, although with a big enough gold lead, we can go late game, but you're thinking, how do we lose this game? High ground pushing into Batrider Lasso, let's get Lincoln. So they've got a lot of Lincolns queued up.
Q forgot about the neutral camp there, but it's not going to matter much because the catch from from Makoto is on the money. The coil is going to find Sacred. Nice timing there as he stampedes to try and run away, but he can't even get onto his own high ground here, gods. The familiars block his path. It's going to be 23 Savage who gets the kill. I thought Makoto was going to jaunt into the base, but he's just going to be here to support the push.
I think he ate a Carapace stun there, unfortunately, but with an Arcane Rune, all these spells are just so low cooldown, and push is all signals a go here. Do have a reincarnation, but Pakaz, he's gone for the damage with the desert, but he's got pretty low armor here.
Oh, they've reflected the lasso as well. No chance to get off the BKB. Dark Mago, Firefly trying to run away. Makoto, though, still has vision on him with the right clicks. Not enough damage. Winter's Curse, that's a 23 Savage. Not enough damage on the puck to nuke through him, but a nice stun to follow up. But Pakaz is already going to lose his first life. Mago and Matthew make it into the base to try and sustain a bit, but Pakaz on his second life is completely unsupported. Nice little cold embrace here to keep him topped up for now, but the magic damage from KP condemns him as soon as he comes out of the cold embrace. Dead for 50 seconds, does not have the reincarnation for a further minute at least, 2 even. On the bottom barracks, their days are also not even just numbered, but gone.
They're looking to re-engage here. Oh, but Talon, there's no real downtime for their draft.
Kodo even, he's just constantly on the prowl. Again, he's got the coil ready to go. I believe he cast the first one under the effect of the arcane. Talon, though, not in a really great position to follow up on that one. It was Q and basically the rest of Talon who were interested in pushing bottom some more. Well, they look to go mid.
They're gonna back off, I think. Yeah, they're drawing lines down bottom. They're circling the Radiant triangle that's basically saying, let's keep farming this. You know, there's a tier 1, tier 2 up here to get. Doesn't reset Glyph anymore. Roshan can respawn. It's going to be a super fast respawn. Will Puck stick around? Oh, no! Oh,
he might have got lingering vision, maybe? He might have just seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They didn't. Usually there's a ping when that happens. Like, if you see it, you'll suddenly see, like, a ping, ping, ping. Hey, Roche is back.
Very true.
But
that's it.
That was like a 5-second Roche respawn. It was almost like one of the shortest possible.
Yeah. I think short as possible is just about the 10-second mark. He takes a while to show up. This timer is a little bit deceitful, honestly.
Yeah. Exactly. It got to 0, and then I was like, oh, Puck's going to see, but then it took like another 3 seconds before he even appeared.
Just when you think you've got certain information, that's when they get you.
Yeah.
But Roche, I believe, oh, he's going to be scouted soon here. Yeah, there it is. Rocket Flare is going to see him. Out of the pit goes Roche, holding Aegis, and of course Shard, as it is going to be second Roche. But for now, Talon look to, well, no, actually they're going to go for Roche. I thought they were going to maybe look for the tier 2 push, but they decided to do the Roche first.
Yeah, they see heroes on the map. They see where Pakaz is. There's no way for Radiant to get here. They're not playing with a dire outpost or something, so there's just no Roche contest with the position Thunder Awaken are in right now. Free Shard, I guess, probably just goes to Doom, unless it's it could be the Puck as well.
Yeah.
Probably the Doom.
A little bit of level death. Yeah, we're getting level death back.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice.
Attempt to do some, you know, he needs level death. It's multiples of 3. 23 has a 3 in it, so he's got to take it. That's how math works, right? 23 is a multiple of 3?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what they teach us over here in NA.
There it is. Sacred thinking about defending, but thinking better of it. So he is completely alone here. In fact, he's kind of the only hero nearly on his own side of the map. Kaz shows mid lane. Makoto with a DD rune and coil ready. He's going to commit it onto the first life.
No BKB. He may just die twice.
Yeah, he's going to snap the coil even on the first effort. Oh, Ogre Seal Totem up to the high ground. It's going to cause the hook shot to whiff. He gets the blink out. I cannot believe he lived because of Ogre Seal Totem. Not as lucky, though, is Sacred. He's going to be caught by the Fiend's grip of Hyde. That's buyback at least.
I don't think they were ready for the Ogre Seal Totem. So if they saw he had it, they may have like hookshotted on the respawn, for example. But
I can't wait to hear the first game Suns fan cast when that ends up saving someone.
Yeah, exactly. I can hear his voice already.
Well, up to high
could
ground.
just be mega creeps.
Yeah, it looks like it. I just don't see how they reasonably stop this push. Panda's going to need to get the curse of his life here. Only has 4 staff to reposition themselves, and Talon certainly respecting and even focusing him down now. Nearly dying to Witchblade there, but makes it back into the fountain.
Got the BKB in just a second on Pakaz. He's 10 gold short.
Darkmago. They broke coil. I'm not sure what they broke it with, but they're going to drag him back. Q as well, blocked by the range creeps. Nightmare is good enough, though, for the save for now, courtesy of Hyde, as now they counter-initiate. They've removed the threat of the curse. Until he buys back anyway. Matthew as well is going to be good to buy back, but the coil holds back Thunder Awaken. They've focused onto the structures, and it's KP who claims Megas for the team. Doom onto Pakaz, because it's his only life. They've killed him 1 time already. He still only has level 2 reincarnation, and he might not even make it back into the fountain. He's not. Down he goes.
The Doom using the Ogre Seal Totem himself to get in to finish off the raid.
Now Sacred trapped inside the cogs. Darkmago focused, fired, and killed off. Sacred finally buying back, but they will throw in the towel. Talon, I believe, mathematically keeping themselves alive so far in the group stage. They will draw 1-1 with Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, that'll put them on 2 wins. Thunder Awaken on 3 wins. Not sure how Alliance is doing in their other games, but of those 3 teams, most likely 2 will be eliminated. So